What was once meant to be a window to the world has become a floodgate. And through this gate flows everything: anger, envy, comparison, expectation, a stream that no longer asks if we want it, only if we will consume it. And so we choke on an abundance that nourishes nothing. It is like a feast of sugar, fast, bright, empty, and afterward, emptiness. We look at the world and feel nothing. We hear voices and understand nothing. We live and barely feel ourselves. Perhaps because our innermost being was never meant for this kind of constant exposure. Perhaps because our soul was never meant to be clicked. But sometimes, in rare, quiet moments, something happens. A ray of light falls through the window. A breeze brushes the skin. A song touches us, not in the ears, but in the heart. And suddenly, we realize there is something else, a soft call, not from the outside, but from within. The Stoic Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Withdraw into yourself, especially when you are disturbed." His words strike deep. Whoever gets lost in the noise can only be found again in the silence. This inner call doesn't say much, perhaps just enough, or turn around, or simply still. It is not a command. It is an invitation to return, not to an app, but to oneself. The 17th century thinker Blaise Pascal saw it too, that at the root of our restlessness lies something simple, a refusal to face ourselves, a turning away from emptiness, from stillness, from being alone with the rhythm of our own heartbeat. All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. What he meant was this: we are addicted to distraction, not because it is good, but because otherwise we would face what rages within. And yes, it hurts, because silence reveals what we've kept hidden for so long. But in that silence, there is also comfort. An ancient knowing that we were not made to be constantly seen, but to truly be. Slowness is not a step backwards. It is remembrance. A memory that one step can mean more than 100 miles of running. That one gaze can linger longer than 1,000 images. The theologian Meister Eckhart once said, "Haste is of the devil, but God works in stillness." Eckhart spoke of the invisible. Truth does not grow in haste, but in the place where we are willing to linger, without purpose, without destination. Slowness is a form of resistance against the tyranny of immediacy, a quiet protest against the chase for attention. In slowness, rituals become sacred. The morning tea, the walking without a goal, the reading without scrolling, the act of watching a tree that wants nothing but to be a tree. And the slower we become, the more we begin to hear, not voices, not commentary, but ourselves. True connection needs no platform. It needs presence, a look, a shared silence, a conversation that leaves no trace, but leaves a feeling. True community begins where comparison ends, said the philosopher of religion Martin Buber. He pointed us toward the sacred. True togetherness begins not where we try to be better, but where we are simply allowed to be. In a world of profiles, we forget that closeness needs no stage. Some encounters happen quietly, but leave an echo in the heart. We don't need to be the same to shine or to broadcast. We only need to be here, real, undivided. For what truly connects does not seek comparison. It seeks truth. And so, something strange begins to happen. The more we let go, the more we are truly here. No story, caption, or image. Just us, bare, silent, endlessly alive. Become who you are, the Greek poet Pindar once urged us. A simple sentence, like a song of return. Because what you truly are was never meant to be seen. It was meant to be lived. We sit by the window and need no audience. We smile and no one sees it. And still, it is true. Because perhaps healing does not begin where we receive, but where we no longer need to send, where we simply just are. In the end, what remains is a quiet room. No sound, no image. Just breathe, just being. And in that room, something begins to glow. Not bright, not loud, but real. It is the soul, finally breathing again. Perhaps this is what ancient wisdom left for us, that it is good to wait in silence, not out of weakness, but out of trust. Trust that something within us heals when we stop running. And maybe this is the true revolution of our time. Not to become louder, but to become still. For out of silence comes clarity, and from clarity, a new life.